The job of fear is to freeze you, to immobilize you, to not to allow. How to come out of fear? So whatever you fear, you do start doing it. Fear is a darkness. You cannot do anything with the darkness. My name is Dr. Kailash Mantry. I am a life coach and a mental health consultant. Today we'll be talking on a topic which 99% mental patients suffer from. I have seen broadly there are 4 things mental patients have got in plenty. First is fear, second is negative thinking, third is anger, and fourth is ego. And there are many subsidiary things also. They have got more than 150 negative points and they miss almost 100 positive points. Today we'll be talking on fear. So let's understand what is fear. Fear is of 2 types, real fear and unreal fear. Unreal means imaginary fear. Something you imagine, you only imagine and you only get frightened. Like in the darkness, seeing a rope, you start thinking it's a snake. 90% fears are like that only. Something is not going to happen, but you say if it happens then probability of it happening is less than 1%. Like when somebody sits in the flight for the first time, there is a fear. The flight may crash. And there is evidence also. Once in 3 years, one flight does get crashed. Recently, one Ahmedabad to London flight got crashed. And you know, flight tickets are almost available at 30-35% discounts. All routes, all over the world. So this is fear. Now there is a fear of communication. What will the other person say? That you cannot listen. So let's understand the definition of fear. First definition is false evidence appearing real. All evidence which you are seeing, they are all false. But you start hallucinating, imagining, no, these are real evidences. Second definition is FEAR, fantasized experience appearing real. And you are fantasizing. It is not going to happen. But you say if it happens then, in a day, if you calculate how many flights take off all over the world in lakhs. In Mumbai where we are situated, there are 2 airports and every 15 minutes there is a flight takeoff and there is a flight landing. So almost 200-300 flights land and take off from Mumbai. And likewise there are 50 cities in India where flight takes off and lands. And world over there must be more than 2,000 cities from where flight land and take off. And roughly one flight in 3 years get crashed or get disturbed. And not all the time all people die. But the moment you sit in the flight, the first fear is if flight crashes, then what? And likewise, there are many fears. When you take responsibility in a job, you fear that if something goes wrong, I'll be fired. So you are very cautious, very calculative, and your work gets slow and your productivity gets spoiled. If there is a fear, you don't take initiative, you don't take responsibilities. Then you are at the back seat. So how to come out of fear? So whatever you fear, you have to start doing it. Somebody is fearing driving, so start driving. Somebody is fearing swimming. Swim in a safe atmosphere. Swim in a water where the water level is less than 4 feet. So take all precautions, but start swimming. Some people fear two-wheeler driving. Start with a cycle. Only when you start doing something which you are fearing, there is excitement. Otherwise, there is boredom. Now, fear is normal. It's a God-given thing. And it is necessary also. It is natural to fear a calamity. But how many times calamity happens? Tsunami happens how many times? Snakes comes in your house how many times? You come across a tiger how many times? And I'm not saying if there is a real snake, if you are facing a tiger, fear is frightening is natural. Even I will get frightened if I come across a tiger. But once the tiger is gone, and the fear continues for next 20 years, the tiger will come, tiger will come, tiger will come. That is spoiling your life. That is stopping you from fulfilling your dreams. And that is the fear which is called imaginary fear. Fear comes only when you have lack of confidence. And they are both related. If you are fearful, you will lack confidence. If you are lacking confidence, you will become fearful. Now, what is fear? Fear is a darkness. You cannot do anything with the darkness. Suppose in this room, if there is a darkness, what I can do? to remove darkness. And whatever fight I have with the darkness, it's all waste of energy. So you have to search light, the button of light, which button to put on so that the room is enlightened. So light is love. Some people say fear is only absence of love. Second is fear is only absence of knowledge. Suppose in this room there is a spark near the point. Now how will an electrician react? Will you go close to the spark or will you run away? And how will I react if there is a spark? Because I don't have knowledge about electricity, I will run away from the situation, fearing something disaster may happen. An electrician will remove his tester and he knows which button to put off and what is the risk involved. So, two major reasons of fear. First is you don't love people. If you love people, you will not have fear. Not that people don't love you, but people who do not love people, they will always think that nobody loves me or they love somebody else more than me. Among two brothers, there is always a thought that parents love the other one. And both the children have the same feeling. And parents love both the children. Sometimes this child, sometimes that child, it varies. Fear is not a constant thing. It's a flowing. Sometimes it is more, sometimes it is less. It also depends on how the child is reacting. If the child is arrogant, yes, parents may not feel like showing love. If the child is soft-spoken, full of gratitude, full of appreciation of parents, parents will show more love to the child. Now let's understand the types of fear. There are almost 10-15 types of fear. I remember only 7 right now. The biggest fear is fear of death. Everybody has got fear. As age progresses, anybody above 60 has got this fear of death. Young people also have it. Second fear is fear of public speaking. Second biggest fear in the world. And there are many. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of sound, fear of height. And the third biggest fear is fear of unknown. People are comfortable talking to people whom they know. But if any party, there are more unknown people, many people prefer to stay at the side of the party and observe people. And I do differently. Whenever I am in a party, I go close to a beautiful girl and I just say hello to her. She is also feeling lonely. She is also feeling bored. And we talk for almost 15-20 minutes by just saying hello to her. So next time we go to a party, find a beautiful girl and just say hello. People are dying to talk. You just start talking. Now let's understand what is the difference between a coward and a courageous person. You think only cowards get fear, which is not true. Courageous also get fear in an unknown situation with unknown people. But courageous does not listen to the fear. In spite of fear, he keep on doing what he is supposed to do or what he enjoys doing. So like talking in a party to a beautiful girl. Everybody will enjoy doing it. But 90% people fear. Their whole focus is, she may remove sandal and in the whole party, I may get something on my face, that sandal. And that is the fear. And that is imaginary fear. I have talked to more than 10,000 girls and not even one girl has removed the sandal to hit me. I have proposed more than 100 girls and more than 50 girls have rejected me also. But nobody has removed sandal to hit me. So this is a fear. And I'm sure all boys will love talking to girls. But if you observe, 90 people do not have confidence to talk to girls. And they fantasize a lot. Take one more example. The girl you love, how much time you take rehearsing before telling her or proposing her? It is known. Almost 3 to 5 hours are spent rehearsing at home or in the bathroom. And when the situation comes, you don't say exactly what you want to say, you say something else only. Now let's take another example. So let's listen to a story of a cow and its child calf. They were both roaming around in a jungle and the cow sensed it, there is a tiger coming, and cow in the language shouted at the calf, run, there is a danger. And they both started running. The cow ran fast, the calf did not have the strength to run fast. And a moment came where the tiger was really chasing them and the cow thought, in the next 1 minute, the tiger will pound on the calf and the calf will be gone. And in a second, she turned back without evaluating, without thinking, and pushed the tiger with the horn. She straight away collided with the tiger and with the horn, pushed the tiger very far off. The tiger was injured. And in the history, it is not known that the cow can fight the tiger. From where does this power came? The power came from the love the cow had for his calf. So I'm saying, out of love, one is courageous. If you want to get out of fear, start loving somebody. And it should be human being, not dog, cat, your car or your two-wheeler. No, human beings. People who cannot love human beings, they start loving. I'm not saying it is wrong to love a cat or a dog, but it should be second preference. First experience love with a human being. Then with a dog and cat and any animals you love. Now, the fear of height and sound is normal. It is real fear. Now, if you are listening to me and suddenly I say, "Woo!" you will get frightened for a second. But then immediately you will laugh and the fear will disappear. So, real fear does not last long. A situation comes when you are fearful. The moment situation disappears, your fear disappears. Imaginary fear, there is no end. For next 30 years, you can fear. A girl child which is molested at a young age, and if she is fearing for next 40 years not to go near a male person, well, this fear will end. She will lose communications. She will lose her self-expression. She will have boredom. But people carry this fear for 10, 20, 30 years. I have known a girl who was desiring to learn swimming, but there is a fear of drowning. For 20 years, she did not learn. And when she learned swimming, she was so thrilled, so enjoying. So whatever you fear of, if you start doing it, there will be excitement. So opposite of fear is excitement. If you want excitement, do things which you are fearing of and you will be excited in life. So let's summarize. 5% is real fear. I'm not saying jumping from the 7th floor is a courageous act. It is a stupid act. 90% chances are you will fracture your bones or you may die. So this is not courage. This is stupidity. Courage in fulfilling your dreams. Courage in listening to your heart and whatever heart says, doing it. This is where the fear comes in. The job of fear is to freeze you, to immobilize you, to not to allow to do something which you desire to do. That fear needs to be dealt with. And remember, fear is the foundation of failure. If you fear, you will be failing in life. And the main thing is fear stops you from becoming adventurous. Many people do not climb that roller coaster ride. They fear. For 20, 30 years, and yes, every time you go for the ride, there is something happening in the stomach, which happens with children also. But children are so thrilled, so enjoying, and the elderly people are frightening. I may get giddiness, I may fall, and imagining all sorts of negative things. If you are fearing, negative thing is a byproduct. If you are fearing tension, stress, anxiety, overthinking, insomnia, depression is a byproduct. And I would say all the mental patients, one thing they need to deal is their imaginary fear. So let's listen to one more story. It's an inspirational story. A young painter at the age of 25 thought of painting somebody who resembles God in a very bright person, like a hero. So he comes across as a 10-year-old child and it takes 10 days to paint that child. It goes into exhibitions and everybody says, what a painting, what a feature the child has got. And it gets acclaimed. After 25, 30 years, again he has another desire. That now let's paint a person who is a dreaded person, dangerous person, and he goes to a jail where he finds such person with full beard and about to be hanged in a month for rape, murder and various charges. He goes there every day at 10 a.m. and stays till 6 p.m. to paint that deaded person. After 5 days, when only half of the painting was complete, he started listening to a crying sound of the deaded person. And we know deaded person do not have any emotions. And how can a deaded person cry? You think at that, why was this deaded person crying? I may pause a bit and let's give me answer. The deaded person said, you do not remember me, but I remember you. 25 years back, I was the same person who was looking like godly person or a bright person or like a hero. And what a journey I have traveled in the last 25 years. And I am regretting that. What a person I was 25 years back and what I have become today. And I am asking you also, how were you as a child? So confident, so honest, so excited, so communicative, and how you have become now. There is no difference between your story and this deaded person's story. It is a bit exaggerated. You are not murderer or rapist, but you are going down in life. And there are two reasons which you have found out. If you have these two reasons, you will go down in life. First is fear, imaginary fear, and second is anger. And see how much you are filled with it. Now let's talk the opposite. What is one quality the child had which made him like a hero or like a godly person? He was a loving person. All children are loving. Even if they with their friends they fight, within 15-20 minutes they patch up and they forgive and they again start playing together. And what about elderly people? If you fight with somebody once, for next 20 years, you will avoid that person. You will carry the grudge with the person. So this is what our life is. So now let's see what happens if you have fear. You will be suffering from more than 50 diseases, 50 qualities if you have fear. First is you will become religious. Second is you will become superstitious. Third is you will not have wisdom. You will do all stupid things. You will be confused. Life will be bored, indecisive, doubting self and doubting others also. Your approach will be negative. You will have tension, stress, frustration, depression, insecurity, overthinker, sometimes insomnia problem. Majority thoughts will be survival thoughts. How to survive. And what is the sense you only surviving? If you are not using your life to fulfill your dreams and you only thinking of survival, you are wasting your life. You have come here to enjoy life and you cannot enjoy with so much fear. You will have lack of confidence. All your actions will be of immaturity. You will have more failures and rejections and you cannot handle that failure and rejections. You will have give up attitude. Leave it. I can live without this also. This will give up attitude, suicidal thoughts, because you are not enjoying in life. So you will have suicidal thoughts. You will have worry, unnecessary worry, anxiety, sleepless nights. You will have more uncertainty, insecurity in your life than normal people. You will be a lonely person in the crowded city or a crowded country. You will never take risk and you will never adventure. You will always avoid taking responsibilities, playing safe. You will not leave your comfort zone. And comfort zone is something which you have been doing for long. And that is boring. Adventure is the first thing you should have in life if you want excitement. You will be always dependent on somebody else. You will take support of others. You will never lead in life. You will be a follower. You will have preoccupied thoughts about negative outcomes. You will have more imagination of negative outcomes than positive outcomes. You will become obedient child, and obedient child is a stupid child. You will be very serious in life, and seriousness is real sickness. You will avoid responsibilities and you will lead a very limited options life. These are some of the things it came to mind, and there are many such things, and you need to be really serious in dealing with your fear and coming out of your imaginary fear. Thank you for watching. This is what I want to talk today on fear. Thank you once again. And if you like this video, please share this video.